What's going on, guys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video. Now, this is the meta tactic update, the weekly tactic update. Not much has changed, but I'll walk you through what I've done, and I'll also show you what changes I've made to my team. A new year, new performance. Don't forget, I am running my FIFA School Series, patreon.com/NealGuides. The best FIFA School Series where you can learn to get better from the basics to the fundamentals. We've got videos on skill moves, and we got the road to Division 10 all the way to Elite Division Series. We got all the way from Division 10 to the Elite Division. So do check that series out as well. We've got hundreds of other videos there. Patreon.com/NealGuides. And you know what? You don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund you your money. That is how confident I am with my service. But anyway, back into the video. Link is down below in the description for that. So the tactics, not much has changed. I have to be honest with you. Now people ask me about the 4-5-1, the 4-3-1-2 and all that shit and all that stuff. Now, to be honest, I'm going to tell you a secret. Don't tell anyone. This 4-3-1-2 is a hella fun, but it's not a defensive formation. So you need to have a defensive formation here, then you can use my 4-3-3. Don't feel pressured just to use the 4-3-1-2 just because I use it. Because I'll be honest now, it's either rank 1 or rank... so it's rank 1 or rank 5. If I'm 5-0 or 10-0, if I lose a game, then it's rank 5. That's it. So I don't really care too much about closing the game out. But yes, this is my ultra tactic. This is, for example, if I'm losing or I want to blitz a game or I just want to be very, very attacking. You can actually play into this game and use these tactics for the 3-1-2. I've got a video on this on my channel. I'm not going to go over the tactics. I'm just literally going to scroll through these and you can just pause this and copy the tactics. Literally just press pause because I've gone through this in a video on my channel, so I'm not going to go through it again. But I'll show you the changes to my team as well at the end of the video as well. Then we go to the 4-2-3-1. What we're probably going to try is direct passing. I still don't know which one to use. I'm in a bit of... The gameplay is just horrific. I don't know. I don't know. But I put this to balance, not slow build-up play. That is my 4-2-3-1. These are the instructions, so just feel free to pause. This is what I'll be using most of the time. And if you're wondering, I do stream on YouTube. When I go into my games, I stick on this formation most of the time. And you're going to be like to me, why don't you change formations? The truth is, I just forget. When I'm streaming, I'm not really, people don't understand, I'm not really concentrating about the game too much. So I normally just stay on this formation and I trust myself to be on this formation the entire time. If I'm ever losing, I'll always go back to the 4-3-1-2. But most of the time, I do find myself staying on this formation. So I understand that. If you want to make this more defensive, you can reduce the depth and reduce the width a little bit. And you can get rid of direct pass, but the slow build-up play if you really, really want to make it a bit more defensive. The instructions, my striker's on stay forward. My cam is on comeback and defense. I would say leave this on stay forward if you are playing the 4-3-3 defensive variation over there. The reason why I leave him on comeback and defense, as I mentioned, is because I don't have a defensive formation. In theory, this is my most defensive formation. So that's why I put the cam on comeback and defense. If you normally have the cam on stay forward, just leave him on stay forward. But this is based in ultra attacking formation. If I had to write this out, like if I had to actually draw this out, this would be, so let me try to draw this out for you actually. This would be, what kind of drawing is that? Sorry. This would be my ultra attacking. This would be my defensive or balanced formation, I would say. D or B. We're going to call this attacking. And we're going to call this if losing. That's the way I've laid mine out. So this is basically my defensive balance formation that I'll be using for most of the game. Then we go over to my 3-5-2. This is the formation where you'll see me on stream now. If I am struggling with bad gameplay and I need 2 strikers. So if I have 1 striker there, because on my skill level, let me make this clear, I'm comfortable with playing with just 1 striker and a cam. But if you're sitting there and you're using these tactics and you're like to me, you know what, no, using it for 70 minutes, that's all fine and dandy, but I can't use it for 70 minutes. That's fine. That's what that 3-5-2 formation is there for you. So you can use this to be attacking. I don't change to this that much, admittedly. I only change to it if I'm really struggling. Because as I said, my skill level, I trust myself to play this formation the entire game. And I'll be honest, most of the games that I lose, I only lose, I'll be honest, to either mechanic abuse or I miss because I lose because I miss a 1v1. And missing 1v1s doesn't mean you have to change formation. I still create chance with this formation. But let's say, for example, you're in a game and you're not creating 1v1s, you're not missing them, you're not creating chances. then you change this formation. So let's say you're 1-0 down, you're really struggling with a 4-2-3-1, you know you need 2 strikers and a cam, then you will change to this formation. Copy these tactics exactly how it is. Again, I got a tactics video for this formation exactly on my channel, so feel free to do that. And I'm just gonna go through these again. You can just pause them. Again, these are just my tactics weekly updates. If you want to copy them, you can do. Don't forget, these are more like guidelines. Yes, I use this exact formation, and yes, I'd recommend all of you guys to use this. But if you use this 3-5-2 and you're saying to yourself, you know what, this is too attacking, then put one of the players and come back in defense. That way you defend in a 5-3-1-1 as opposed to just defending in a 5-2 with 3 players on stay forward. The idea is to change it, okay? You can use tactics, they work perfectly if you copy it exactly how they are, but just try to at least think of yourself, okay, you know, if you find a 3-5-2 so attacking, then change it for yourself. Simple. I mean, it's not rocket science, guys. Honestly, it's really not. I've explained this a million times now, and these are the tactics. I mean, the instructions for the back line. But as I said, guys, if you are struggling with a 3-5-2, or let's say, for example, you use the 4-2-3-1, you're saying, you know what, I like slow build-up play, you're building up too fast, or let's say you like using forward runs, then just change it. If you find the depth to be too high, then change it. This is ideally the tactics of formation you want to copy word for word. The idea is you use these tactics, you go into a game and you think, okay, you know what, the depth's a bit too high or the width's a bit too high. You could just reduce it yourself. That's the idea behind these tactics. So you can just change it yourself, for example, like that. That is a 3-5-2, the formation I'll be using. Let's say, for example, I'm in the game and I'm losing 1 or 2-0. Then we go over to the 4-4-2. Now, I don't use this formation unless I'm losing 2-0. Now, sometimes when I'm streaming, I have like 6 games left and I don't need to get any more wins. I sometimes just use this formation, see if I can blitz a game. But if I'm losing 2-0 in a game, you might see a lot of comebacks in me on stream using this formation. So if I'm losing 2-0, I change to this formation. It's a very good formation because I've got press after position loss. So it's a very good neutral formation. It's a 4-4-2 that allows you to press high up the pitch. It's not gung-ho, but it's a conservative press where you can get back into the game. If it goes to 2-0 and I'm struggling, I use team press. Or if I really need to get back into the game, I'll just pause the game and use constant pressure. Team press, when you don't think you press, I think it's, you just use the D-pad tactics to activate team press, it overwrites this. And you end up turning this into team press. So that's what happens, overrides it. If you want to and you don't know how to use D-pad, just pause the game or just leave this on constant pressure. That's it. In fact, I might leave it on constant pressure right now, just thinking about it, because I rarely use the 4-4-2. So I might just leave it on constant pressure myself. And that way, when you're losing 2-0, you can just change this tactic immediately. Again, I'm going to go through the instructions. But again, I got a video on this on my channel. And where I explain this in more. For all these formations, I got a video on my channel explain this, okay? I'm going to say this again, because every single time I get 1,000 comments, ask me about it. This is just an update. It's just what I've done to my team and my tactics update, and I've got a video. If you want to see how the 4-4-2 works, you want to see the nice graphical stuff, you can go watch those videos on my channel. The balanced formation is my anti-kickoff formation. So I have everything on low. I got the depth on low, and this is just if, and again, you can pause it. This is if my opponent kicks off first. I just want to have an anti-kickoff formation because it does take some time in the game, maybe about 10 minutes or so, for the formation to change. So that's the whole idea behind this formation. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't actually use it to play in the game. I just use it for anti-kickoff. And that is pretty much it. I'm going to make change. Now this is my team. I ended up packing Martial. I have kept him in my team. I've given him the benefit of the doubt. He's played pretty well. He's a bit clunky, but I'm going to give him a benefit of doubt. We put Diallo, the silver card objective, in. That's what we put into the team. Diallo is a completely fantastic player. I actually really like him. I might move Martial to centre mid to get full chemistry. We need to upgrade Manafa to the Champions League and get Hakimi here, but we can't afford him. But we did put Morales into the team. Fantastic card. I actually really like him. He's done a very good shift. Ignore the stats. Stats not important. He plays as a winger for me. And we got the King Llorente back into the game. But that is, of course, the Tactics Weekly Update. And don't forget my FIFA School Series. Link is down below in the description. You can sign up now in January. And you don't get bet after 1 month. I'll refund your money. So what are you actually losing? Absolutely nothing. But that is that. Link is down below in the description for FIFA School Series. Thanks for watching, boys. Stay easy. And of course, I will catch you next week. Peace out.